What's up and what's going on? I wanted to talk about some little hot topics going on, on Twitter and whatnot. So I want to start off with MarrChase and this IG model. Okay, I don't know if you guys seen it, but let me just do a little brief introduction. MarrChase is a football player. Baby, I don't know sports too much, but he's a football player and he signed with like the Cincinnati Bengals, Tigers, I don't know. But he's a football player and he just got signed to a $161 million contract. Girl. And when the with ballers comes, the baller chases. Get what I'm saying? The girls that be chasing the ball. Get what I'm saying? IG models, OnlyFans models. They come out the woodwork. And that's exactly what happened with MarrChase. Now, there's a video going around, right? He's walking out of an establishment, right? And there's this IG model. She and her friends were standing outside. Okay. Now, he's walking out, going straight to his car, and here this girl, she's standing there with a "Where's my hug at?" like stance. Get what I'm saying? Like he was supposed to just walk into her arms and just like embrace her and pick her up in that moment. Get what I'm saying? But like he kind of did, but like the whole thing was awkward. He kind of walked into her arms, but didn't like too much hug her. Um, yeah. Now it's being speculated that they might know each other. Like, get what I'm saying? Like, through DMs. Like, this is one of the his Rolodex of hoes. Get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how else to put it. Okay. But yeah, I'm sure she's a young, lovely, lovely young lady. Okay. But what I gotta say about this is that, girl, where's your pride? Where is your pride? Okay. So after like that little awkward ass hug, right? She makes a little stank ass face and turns around. And when she turns around, you see her walk to another car with her other, I'm assuming IG model friends. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because like with ballers comes the baller chasers, the girls that chase the ball. It looked like it was a whole car full of them. I was like, what the hell's going on? You get what I'm saying? But yeah, yeah. It was given that she wanted it a little too bad. Okay, I took notes. I took notes on this. It was given that she wanted this a little too bad. It was giving, hey, is this your first? Is this your first and only baller that you've hooked up with? Assuming that they've hooked up before, allegedly. I don't know. Um, I could see why people are saying that. It does give that a little bit, but at the same time, if it doesn't, that's even more weird. Cause what, like, girl, standing outside with your arm out, like, girl, he was supposed to hug you automatically, just off the rip. Girl, get with the program. you know, like whether they knew each other beforehand or not, like you can't just assume that you bigger than the program, mama. Like you just impose yourself on that man. That's embarrassing. And then there's cameras out. Everybody seeing, like, girl, you gotta let a man chase you, whether you're an IG model or not. Like, girl, it's always you gotta let a man chase you a little bit before you come out doing stupid shit like this. Like, oh, right. And then I feel like if she really meant something to him, then like he would have been walking out the establishment with you. No, like he would have been holding your hand walking out the establishment. On some PDA shit. But like, girl, you just like invaded his space like that. Like who? Mm. Mm. I just want to make a point. Okay, I feel like rappers and athletes, they don't realize how much that fame and like wealth that they just hand out to these ladies, these girls. Okay, you hook up with a girl like this, I don't know, like, how do I say this? Y'all need to handle, you know, your actual affairs better. That's the way I see it. Y'all be handing out like just wealth to these ladies. These ladies can go on and like, make millions. It's happened before. This is a tale as old as time. And I just feel like, they're able to create empires and build wealth and shit like that, because like y'all give them the space and opportunity to do so, because they're attached to your name. It's been done with what? Amber Rose, the Black Chinas, okay? Not saying like they're totally talentless, but like it wasn't hard for them to get to the place that they are in now. Get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they're like wealthy now, because baby Black China's going on some like self-help, like some rejuvenation self-help, like she really rebranded herself. That's what I'm trying to say. And then Amber Rose is batshit crazy now. So, or maybe this is who she really was the whole time. So it is what it is, you know. It's crazy to me. I just feel like me, if I was in an athlete shoes, okay, a male athlete, and I put my blood, sweat, and tears into getting myself into a position where I'm like even offered $161 million, for a contract. I'm protecting that. Nobody's gonna come and eat off of my work like that so easily. Like the fuck, like baby, I don't know. You're not making a name off of me. That's just how I see it. Moving on, I want to talk about Real Housewives of Miami. More specifically, this Julia and Guerdy situation. Now, me, I don't watch Real Housewives of Miami. I don't watch any other Real Housewives except Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. Um I don't know. It's a comfort thing. Maybe it's a nostalgia thing. I just started out with Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I don't know. I just didn't care to watch the other franchises. I'm sorry. Potomac. First of all, I didn't even know what a Potomac was. So that was like no. So New Jersey, I might go into New Jersey a little bit. I don't know. What's that one with Kyle Richards and her is her crazy ass sister? I think they're sisters, Denise and Kyle Richards. Now I was watching clips because I do watch clips of other franchises, and I'd have to say I think that's Beverly Hills. Baby, that shit is hilarious. Um, yeah, I might have to tune in and see what they doing over there. But for the most part, I only watch Atlanta. Now, Real Housewives of Miami, um, I never had interest in watching it. And because of this Julie and Guerdy situation, okay, that I saw on Twitter, I kind of, considered going back and watching it. Well, not watching the whole franchise, not, but like this season from the beginning, because I think they're on episode 3. So I was like, maybe I should watch it from, the very beginning to like understand what the fuck's really, really going on. But I concluded that like I don't really need to watch the whole thing, and I really don't want to, because it gives lame to me. The ladies just look whack. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. However, I want to talk about this scene that I saw, or this clip that I saw on Twitter. Okay, and I try not to judge based off little tiny clips that are circulating online. I try to get the full story, but I feel like, girl, I got enough from this clip. I've seen enough. Okay, there's nothing else that you could tell me that would justify what Julia did to Guerdy. Okay, so going into it, all right. The girls were in an argument. Real Housewives fashion. They're gonna get into arguments at a dinner table. That's just what happens, right? So it was Julia on one side. She's a Russian lady. Kiki in the middle, and then Guerdy sitting on one side of the table, and then it was the other girls. I don't know their names. Larsa Pippen's in there. Baby, it is what it is. I don't too much care for her, but yeah, it was 3 girls on one side, and then the rest of the girls are on the other side. Boom. Okay. Um, They're talking over each other, arguing. And Guerdy tells Julia to be quiet, and she does this little motion right here. She didn't put her hand in Julia's face, but she did tell her to be quiet while she was trying to explain her side of what she was trying to explain. Get what I'm saying? Julia takes it upon herself to throw a drink at Guerdy, okay? And while doing that, the drink gets all over Kiki too, because remember, Kiki is in the middle of them. So after she does that, she proceeds to stand. And by she, I mean Julia. After Julia throws a drink onto Guerdy and Kiki, okay, she proceeds to stand over Guerdy and basically berate her. Okay. Now I know that, like, baby, you don't ever let nobody stand over you and point their finger in your face and berate you like that, because baby, shit could escalate even further. And like, I feel like it's a little power dynamic. Since they're standing up and you're sitting down, baby, you got to stand up too. Okay. So despite all this, Guerdy is completely calm. She's still trying to explain her side of the story, okay? And she's doing it in a calm manner. Her voice is not even, she's not yelling. Guerdy is going off, yapping off about some shit. I don't fucking know. The argument did not call for this. That's how I see it, okay? So at this point, Guerdy and Julia are standing up, okay? Kiki and her high wig. Baby, when I seen that shit, I went back and I was like, girl, is there a cone under your wig? What's going on? It was just so... Girl, anyways. So she separates them and tells Julia to go sit back down. Okay? This is where I get confused. Okay? So Kiki is pulling Guerdy away as if she's the aggressor. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I hate when people do that shit. Okay? Let me tell you a quick story. So, I had a friend that would push me out the way, or she'd tell me to watch out when people would be walking behind me. Like, for example, we'd be at Ross, right? And like Ross, they be having some narrow, aisles sometimes. I don't know why they do that. I thought, stores and stuff like that, they were supposed to be, ADA accessible, so at least a wheelchair could roll up through this bitch. But like, Ross said, fuck all that. We're not doing all that. Okay. Okay. So they got these narrow ass aisles. And I remember I was holding a pair of like Guess shoes. Okay. I remember this like it was yesterday. And this lady, she came up behind me, and yes, she was. And I guess she expected me to move. But I seen her at the corner of my eye. But I'm not like, girl, it's like, girl, what, you're not gonna press up on me. Like, if you wanna get, past me, you could say, excuse me. You could open your mouth, be an adult, say excuse me. Get what I'm saying? But no, she wanted to stand there. My friend says, watch out. I remember I put the shoes down. And the ladies behind me, like, whole time, ladies behind me. I said, baby, don't, so much, like I said, in so many words, I said, like, baby, don't do that to me. Don't say that to me when people can be adults and open their mouths. Ladies right behind me. Lady turned around, girl. Okay? But like, I just don't like when what was I saying? Yeah, I just don't like when people make like, want me to, how do I say it, accommodate how I move for other people's comfort. And I feel like that's what Kiki was doing Guerdy in that situation. Now, Kiki, you got a drink thrown at you too, basically, because you were in the middle. And the fact that she felt comfortable throwing a drink over you to get to Guerdy, that says a lot. That says a lot too. Hello? Like, who does that? Okay? It's kind of like, you ever seen street fights where, like, you there's these street fight videos, right, where somebody will come with their friend and then the other girl will come with her friend or whatever, and they're beating each other's ass or whatever. But like, let's say this girl's friend, was like, hey, okay, enough, and she starts pulling her friend off the other girl, but in pulling her friend off this girl, okay, you're holding your friend down and this girl's getting blows in. I don't like that. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like she wasn't helping in that moment. Like, you were only making it worse, Kiki. Like, Kiki, you could have just sat your ass down if you're going to be this passive and this, like, scared. Okay? I don't like that. So, Kiki and Guerdy are speaking in Creole. Okay? Shout out to the Haitians. Shout out to the Zoes. Okay? And Kiki was like, let's go. They want us to go. What? Let's go. They want us to go. Girl, Guerdy didn't do shit wrong. Kiki, you ain't did shit wrong either. You was sitting there trying to eat your food. What do you mean they want us to leave? Like, girl, I don't like this. And this is why I can't watch Real Housewives of Miami. So Kiki was like, basically, hey, if somebody were to pour a drink on me, I'd say what I have to say and leave. What kind? Like, you ain't got no backbone? Like, is your backbone in your wig or something? Like, I don't understand. Is that why it's high? Like, I just... Kiki pissed me off in that moment. Because, like, you supposed to have your friends back, okay? And especially as another black woman, okay? And we Caribbean. Like, you supposed to have your homegirls back. And you did not have your homegirls back. You made it seem like your homegirl was doing something wrong when she wasn't. She was trying to explain herself. And this lady threw a drink at her, also getting at you. Like, if you guys don't see the dynamics of that and how crazy that is, I don't know what to tell you, but it is what it is. Guerdy says she's not leaving. Okay, I know that's right. And then Kiki ends up leaving by herself, her whack ass. So that's that on that. Based off this, I don't think I'd watch Real Housewives of Miami still. Like, it is what it is. Yeah. This was just trash. And then at the end, they start, a birthday cake comes out, and Julia starts crying in true Karen fashion. Get what I'm saying? Girl, you escalated this argument to the point where you're throwing drinks at people, acting like a fucking animal, and now you're crying? Like, get the fuck out of here. It is what it is. Next, I want to talk about Tiny Chef. Okay, we're going to end this on a light note. Okay, we're going to talk about Tiny Chef. Now, if y'all don't know, Tiny Chef is a Nickelodeon show for the kids, okay? And a couple days ago, there's a clip going around on Twitter, and, turns out Tiny Chef has been canceled by Nickelodeon. And the clip showed Tiny Chef basically on the phone, I guess, with the CEOs of Nickelodeon, and they were breaking the news down to him, talking about how, we gonna have to wrap this show up because you canceled, bruh. And, it pulled out my heartstrings a little bit. He was a little sad. Okay? I was like, wow. Okay, this how you let the kids, like, this how y'all roll in Nickelodeon? Like, I don't know. Tiny Chef was bold as hell. He was like, okay, I'm gonna let the little kids know why they're not about to get no new episodes every Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Get what I'm saying? Like, baby. So the people are rallying online for Tiny Chef to continue. Okay. There's a GoFundMe, I believe, and there was $100,000 raised. I couldn't believe what I was saying. Tiny Chef, $100,000. Like, I get it's sad, shows get canceled, but like, sorry y'all if you hear noises. Like this video so I can get out the hood. But anyways, okay. $100,000 though. It is what it is. We got to preserve the arts, and Tiny Chef, he cool with me. Now, I feel like if I was a parent and this show was on, I feel like this is one of those shows that would annoy the fuck out of me. Because not for nothing, the voice acting is kind of annoying. If I had to hear that all day, get what I'm saying? Yeah, no, that'd be on my list of banned shows. But it is what it is. Tiny Chef seems cool, in moderation for me. Okay. I seen a little picture or something like that, or a clip, and he had RuPaul posters. He had RuPaul posters in his room. So I'm like, you know what? Tiny Chef is for the children. Okay, so um I don't know what we can do to support Tiny Chef. I know I'm not donating no fucking money, but it is what it is. If you feel like donating, go ahead. Okay, I'm sure it helps the creators, create more episodes, and hopefully they could like put this show on another streaming platform or something like that. Work out a deal with another studio. I don't know, but yeah, justice for Tiny Chef. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. Let me know how y'all liked it. Let me know what y'all thought about the MarrChase situation. And another thing, like people were online talking about, oh yeah, they were putting up videos about the girl. I still don't know her name, but they're putting up videos of the girl, talking about like, and it was thirst trap videos. They're talking about, oh yeah, this is what MarrChase is missing out on, or some shit like that. Like, you know, like it was just a big loss. Like, girl, not for nothing, you're beautiful, but just because you're beautiful, don't mean that everybody got to fall to your feet. Get what I'm saying? And not for nothing, she seems like she's new to this baddie life, because in that video she looked insecure as hell, like she didn't know what she was doing, which is like crazy. Because you could have a fat ass, whether it's natural or store bought, but you can have a fat ass, but that doesn't mean you exude sexuality. And that's what I was seeing in that video. I was like, what? Like, it was just awkward. Get what I'm saying? It was giving what's the girl's name? Chloe Bailey. Okay, beautiful girl, body T, ass fat, but she's not a sensual person. Get what I'm saying? Like, leave it to the professionals, girl. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, like the video, share it, and subscribe. Can I get a subscription? Subscribe. Can you subscribe? Just kidding. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all on another video. Peace.